Welcome everybody to my very first video that I've definitely haven't recorded yet, and this is definitely my first time where I talk about vinyls, CDs, any type of physical product that's related to music. Because I feel like that type of art form, like physical products and stuff like that, is a dying art form. I feel like it's very underappreciated, especially when you know an artist has taken a lot of time and effort into creating something cool. And most importantly, it's just some shit I want to talk about. So maybe I can yap about this for about 5-10 minutes. I can make each video. And I really just want to go over the product itself. So if it's like a vinyl, we can go through the vinyl, see what it comes with. And like posters, credits, and whatnot. Same with CDs. And of course, because it is music, we can also review the music itself, which is the most important. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. For the first video, I had to choose a classic album. Now, this artist, I discovered from Dr. Dre's Compton album. He was all over it at the time. He was unknown, at least to me. He had one solo project under his second pseudonym. His first pseudonym, so this is the reason I think I might have known him before. But he did a lot of projects with Dumbfounded, who was a rapper from LA that I was really into back in the day. But when he changed his name, I feel like that's when he kind of really blew up. And if you can guess before I show you, all his projects are named after cities up the coast of either the West Coast or California. And his artwork is all collage form. Can y'all guess? Drum roll, please. Malibu by Anderson .Paak. Woo woo. You could see this is his second studio album under the Anderson .Paak name. With his very first one being Venice. This one is Malibu. I think he has Oxnard after that, and then Ventura. And then he really blew up with that Silk Sonic project, but we can talk about that in another video. Today I want to talk about this one. This project is probably my favorite Anderson .Paak project, solo project. With Ventura being a close second, but I think this one really is really good. As you can see how I described earlier, you have on the cover a very collage type of portrait. He's sitting on the beach. I can assume it's Malibu. And you can see the title right here and then his name. And then on the back of this, it's an extension of the cover with more collages and all the credits, which you can read through later in this video. So Anderson .Paak was someone who because this is the most important, that I can take credit for introducing and putting my friends on. So, I'm very proud of that, and that is probably the highlight of my life. So what comes in this vinyl? You get two, let me put this cover over here. You get two vinyls, side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4. They're all the same. Oops, it's falling out. But you have you cut a side, but it's like a black vinyl on the record. And then you have the name of the songs that are on the vinyl. So pretty basic, pretty standard. It did come with a poster. I hung it up somewhere where I used to live, and I don't know where it went. So just pretend. Maybe I'll put a picture here. Maybe I won't. We'll decide. But actually, this is the DVD download code, and this is what the poster looked like, I'm pretty sure. So it comes with this. Not DVD, CD download. So if you want to download to your computer. Yeah, so that is basically all that comes in the vinyl. Pretty standard. And stuff like that. Pretty sick. It has all, what is it called? Or distributed record label and all that stuff. So now that I have the credits out, we can read through them, and I can kind of go over all the songs and stuff like that. So something I really like about this project is that Anderson .Paak, he has a very distinct voice, and it's a very laid back and smooth type of vocals. I don't know, type of singing. And it's all over this project. And I think that's why I feel like this is really good, because it really fits the aesthetic and the atmosphere of Malibu. It's very, I think Venice, his first project, it's his debut one. He kind of hasn't found his sound or his footing. He has a great voice, but doesn't know how to use it well. And I think this one he really does well. Oxnard, his next project is really good, but it's a different type of sound. And then Ventura is like a super laid back version of this. So I think this one is encapsulated his vocals really well, at least for a debut project, because his collab albums, are really solid. I think he found his footing with those sounds, but we'll talk about that later. So something about like how I was saying, and not in a bad way, but he sounds kind of the same in all the songs, and I don't say that in a bad way because each one is different, but you get that solid performance, and you know what you're getting on each song. And some highlights is the Bird, Am I Wrong? Which ones do I love? Come Down, and The Dreamer. Those are probably my highlights. And something, especially reading through these credits, I realized there's a lot of producers that don't necessarily, like, their distinct style isn't really aligned with this type of atmosphere it brings, but they adapt well to the sound, and you could tell when a producer produces for an artist or when a producer just gives them beats and an artist uses it. And I think they really crafted and produced around the sound he's going for. And at the time, I didn't realize, reading this, Anderson .Paak is credited as a producer on a lot of these tracks, and especially on the drums, which is something really cool. Now, I like when artists, contribute to the sound other than vocals on their music, and he really does that well. And some other ones, some ones I didn't know who worked on this was Malibu. It says Okay Tronada, Ninth Wonder, and there was another one. Where is it? No, not him. Oh, DJ Khalil, and plenty others that I'm sure I'm gonna miss. So the production is fantastic. They really crafted a sound around what he was going for, and not only that, but the features. He's got amazing features on here. You got Rhapsody, you got Quali, and you know what you're gonna get with those artists, and it's gonna be solid. It fits this well. But two of them that I was surprised with, and I remember being really curious when it first came out, was The Game and really Schoolboy Q. And I say that because Schoolboy Q had just his latest project was Oxymoron, and The Game, all his music is kind of you can describe it as LA gangster rap. Well, I guess the more way to put it is it's not laid back Malibu, type of music. And I say that because Schoolboy Q's latest project at the time was Oxymoron, and The Game is kind of known for being, LA gangster rap type of thing. So with those two sounds, you think it wouldn't mesh well with what this sound is, that laid back kind of Malibu type of sound. And I think they really surprised me, and it showed me how versatile these artists are, especially Schoolboy Q. I mean, I didn't even realize that was him until kind of halfway through the verse when I recognized his voice, because he has a distinct voice. But the way he just slid on the beat was fire. The way the game just kind of comes into the song, they did a really good job, and it really surprised me. And I think those two are really standout features. I think even if without that context, their features are really solid, especially Schoolboy Q's. So that was something I was really, surprised about, and I think that's some shit only Anderson .Paak can pull off. He can make those artists, kind of tap into that type of sound. And just a side note, it kind of flipped with Blank Face. Blank Face was Schoolboy Q's next project, and that's a very hard-hitting gangster rap type of project. Very in your face, very loud. And Anderson .Paak's all over it, and he just kind of like, it seems like, who the hell made this? And he's on that, or like that dude made this project and he's on that project, sounding how he sounds. He's a really versatile artist. But that's just a side note. Oh, I almost forgot. BJ the Chicago Kid, Off the Water, is fantastic. BJ the Chicago Kid is a great artist and really great at features as well. And I think that really sums up the project for me. That's all I really wanted to talk about this project. You should check it out. It's definitely, in my opinion, a classic. There's absolutely no skips on this motherfucker. And yeah, Schoolboy Q. I was yapping about Schoolboy Q too much. Anderson .Paak, Malibu. Here we go, right here. Check it out. Now that I'm looking at it, I just realized this thing is flipped. Maybe I'll fix that if I'm, maybe I won't. Who knows? Next project I'm probably going to do is a Pharrell project. I'm looking at a #1 single vinyl that I got laying around, but who really knows? You have to stay tuned to find out. All right, gang. It's been a pleasure. I'll see y'all in the next video if I keep making them.